Hi, we are back with Mercedes W126 S-Class, and because I've received quite a few people asking how to dismantle the front bumper, well, this is what I'm going to show you now. If on your dash you've got an indicator of outside temperature, in that case we will have to remove this, okay, because the sanding unit is just behind. So we will open the bonnet and we'll remove all this. If your car doesn't have that, if your car doesn't have the temperature, you can forget this, because you won't have this. Okay. Well, as you can see, when you open the bonnet, there's a cable that goes through here and that goes inside the bumper. This cable is the sensor for the temperature, the temperature sensor. This one, if you can see it, it's cut with the time. This car has been neglected, but anyway, yours probably is connected, and it's the sensor is behind the number plate. So we're gonna be removing it now. So the number plate here is held by screws, 4 screws, so I will be removing it now. Sometimes it's held by rivets, but in any case we have to remove it and place it back later. Okay. I've now removed the number plate with a level of difficulty, because the previous owner has fitted it with some screws which over time had rusted, and obviously it became a problem after to remove it. But so anyway, if you fit your number plate, make sure either the screws are inox or fit some rivets. So like that you will save yourself a lot of problems in the future if you need to remove any part. Now, as you can see, we've got 3 screws, one here, and one there. This one is for the sanding unit, for the temperature, and those 2 are to remove this that need to be changed as well. As you can see, it's gone. So you will need to remove this in order to dismantle it. Because mine is just cut, I need to change the entire cable. I will just remove those 2 and I will show you what it looks like. Okay. As you can see, this is a sanding unit that will give you the temperature in the car. Okay, so you disconnect this and you pass it through the bumper in order to disconnect it, so it won't be held in any way. Now we're gonna raise the car. Just wanted to add that as you can see, I've placed the screws back on the bumper. The reason for is not to lose them, and as well I know which one goes where. If you don't want to place it back, put it into a little bowl or a recipient, so that way you don't lose anything. Because if, like me, you work you know, on your land, it can be a bit of a problem when you lose something. If you work in the garage, obviously it's much easier to find something if it drops on the floor. Okay, let's continue. Well, as you can see, to raise the car, I've got this, which is brilliant. But obviously I know not everyone got something like that at the home, so you can use the jack from the car that's given with the car and raise the car. Okay, I use this one because I'm able to lift the car much higher, and it's much secure as well. Just before to lift the car, make sure you on park and that you've got the handbrake on. It's sometimes recommended to put something by the wheel, like a stone, like a block or something, to prevent it rolling as well, just in case. Okay, I'm now under the car, and we need to disconnect 4 nuts. So if you look here, there's the chassis of the car that goes in the front to the bumper, and if you follow it, you will see there's 2 nuts here. To remove it, we will need a spanner of 17 that I've got here. Okay, it's a flat spanner, but if you got that type of spanner, it'll be better, you'll have a better access. Unfortunately, I don't have the right size in 17, so I will have to use my flat spanner. It will be a bit difficult to remove it because obviously the bumper is in the way, so we'll have to go bit by bit until we remove it. That's the easier side for me, at least, because it depends on the model of your S-Class. Well, we are now on the right hand side of the car, and as you will see, there's a big problem for me, at least, because this model is the 560 SEL, and I've got a radiator right in the way. If you got another model, for instance the 280 AC, 300 SD, etc., you might not have this here. So obviously the way of doing it would be to remove the radiator, but there's a simpler way. As you can see, it's held here by a rubber, so we're gonna use a screwdriver. I'm very sorry for the filming, but I'm trying to do it and film it the same way. And you see, you make like a lever and we remove it. Okay, now it's gone, and now look, we can move it, and then now we can have access. Okay, so that's brilliant. So now we can remove those two nuts. As I say, if you don't have that model with this here, then brilliant. Okay, I've now removed my 4 nuts and the washers, and now the bumper should come out pretty easily just by pulling it out. So you grab it by the middle and you pull it. Okay, let me just show you what it looks like and how it's held. So here we've got those 2 supports that go into the chassis. On each side we've got what goes in order for the bumper not to sag on one side, and the 4 bolts and the 4 nuts that goes on each side. So now you know how to remove a bumper, the front bumper. To place it back, well, it's exactly the same thing, but at reverse. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the video that I've shown you and you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel and give me a like. And if you feel like it, you can leave me a comment as well. Well, see you on the next video.